This is the metal. This is the metal after it's quenched, and it just begins to fall apart on its own. Uh, and I don't know why that is. And I was guessing maybe it's tellurium, uh, because gold telluride is serious brittle. Oh shit, I'm losing pieces. But yeah, after it's quenched, uh, the metal just loses its strength. I don't know where it went. Probably lost their freaking 10 grams of gold already. Alright. So this is just squishing apart on its own. Now if I don't quench it, it'll hold together. What is happening is when I put this under fire, it melts super quick, kind of like silver. Or I mean, I would almost think it was 10, but it does have to reach like a nominal temperature, and then it'll reduce. But it's so funny, like when you quench this stuff, it has no way to hold itself together. That's an interesting thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sweep this into a crucible. I think the easiest way to do this, hold on, is to grab. That's kind of hot. Let me get the tongs. Just trying to kind of get the glass out of my way, really. So take that broom here. That's the metal. I put this Chapman flux in there, and really kind of ruined things for me. I think it cleaned out some of the sulfur a little bit, but looks like there's a carbon or something inside of there. Well, anyway, we're gonna remelt it. It could be those silver oxides are coming out, and those metallics are staying metallic, and then that's what's bringing it to split so bad. But let's take a contraption over here, and we're already kind of hot, just a little bit hot. Oh shit! I have to do the whole thing. So I just put the metal in, and I'm gonna get some gas on here. Where's my zipper? So what we'll do is we'll ramp it just a little bit. Which means we're kind of preheating everything. We kind of hear it stop pinging once that's done. So we just kind of want to run some flame on it. And what we'll do, I mean, everything turned black. It was like when I used Chapman flux, it had like intertwined carbon molecules in my metal, and it was kind of upsetting. But you know, eventually it's going to come out, even if we have to electro refine it. But something with the water, I quench it with the water, and it creates these little black dust particles, which I'm thinking is Chapman flux, but I know it's not. I'm thinking it's like silver oxide or something. And there's so much silver to tellurium ratio or something that the oxides push everything apart, and it doesn't hold together. This is when I quench it. When I don't quench it, I'll get this nice chunky chunk of metal, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're not going to quench it. Let's see, I got to clean my deal. I'm actually going to run out of video at 10 minutes, so have to be a little bit careful. Alright, so now I'm going to ramp it. Won't take long. And all in all, it takes like 15 minutes to melt this stuff. And there's no way I could stick like a metal rod next to it, and we could see the liquid metal in there versus an iron rod not melting. And so we have a nice melting temperature. We're kind of like 1900, 2100 degrees, and it's not lead because we're not getting lead oxides. There's no yellow lithars, there's no red lithars, so that's not lead. There's no way it could be lead. But what it could be is tin, and if it's not tin, then there's a little bit of tellurium and there's a little bit of silver, because if there's no tin in it, then I know for sure that the mineral is corinnerite. And corinnerite is a tellurium silver gold mineral. The gold can be replaced by silver at certain times. So I have this beautiful corinnerite mineral, and let's actually look at it. This is This is the silver corinnerite, or the silver gold corinnerite. And you can see the gold in patches and the silver in patches. And in corinnerite, silver can replace the gold. So where it's silvery, that's where silver replaced the gold. And in the gold parts is the golden corinnerite. So if this is not tin, I know that it's corinnerite. Now, from that, knowing all this, knowing that I have a non-ferrous, non-magnet, I can take a 450-pound neodymium magnet to this stuff and it won't even stick to it. And I take this into the metallurgist for XRF quantitative analysis, and I pay $100 every time. And every time they tell me it's iron. And it's non-magnetic. It melts in seconds. It melts below 2100 degrees. It has no lead oxides. And they're not telling me that there's tin and tellurium in it either. They're saying it's 100% iron. That's bullshit, man. Look, it's already red hot. Melting down. Now, I would say that the tellurium can reduce the melting temperature just a hair, but there's got to be boatloads of silver and gold in there, being the mineral that I'm working with. I mean, it only comes off the table gold, so I don't even work with that silver stuff. So that's a huge problem. this stuff pulls up into a metal and it is recyclable. This is like the 10th time that I've reduced it to try to burn out as much sulfur and tellurium as I can. Because I want to get a reading like this big lump that I got that's 10 ounces. I want a reading because I got a whole bunch of this stuff. I want to straight up tell me what's going on here. Look, it's almost all melted down already. Not saying it's lead, they're not saying it's tin, they're not saying it's tellurium, and they say that you can't even melt aluminum like this, and they're not even saying it's aluminum. They're telling me this is 100% iron. This don't make no sense, guys. All of my professional analysis teams, why can't we do a little better business here and get a little grip or a wrap on what this kind of metal actually is? Because I ain't never seen anything like it in my life. It don't smell like stinky aluminum or nothing. It just melts down. It's like nice, beautiful gold and silver tellurium. Watch, it's gonna blink over, it's gonna be a pool of lava. Real nice, beautiful stuff right there. And it hardly gets any oxides. The only oxides I'm seeing is silver. Just black silver oxides. And then look at it. See that? How it's got that silver shine on the edges? That crisp? That's why silver is called silver. It looks silver underneath the heat. They're not telling me I even have silver in here. They're telling me this is 100% iron and to go somewhere else. I've been to multiple examination places to do this XRF scan, and it's a little bit frustrating because I have a bulk amount of it. Like I got like a pallet full of this stuff. And they don't want to give me any reading on it other than it's iron. I can't make any money on it or anything. I did a lot of hard work to get this far. My honest belief is that it's gold, silver, tellurium that's melting down in there. God, that's some beautiful stuff. That was all real time, guys. All so real the time. Crank it a little bit. Ooh, God. absorb the rest of the higher melting temperature metals. But you can see those darker pigments, that's the liquids. And those brighter pigments, those are the unmelted metals. And a majority of it is the darker pigments inside the lava flow. And it's just so amazing. There it is. You see that? Ooh, damn, that shit looks like precious metal right there. And that did not melt like lead, guys. Like underneath that much heat, for it to turn that bright or red, 10 would have melted quicker than that. That was thousands of degrees. That wasn't like 700 or 1200 on a soldering iron. That was like legitimate silver melting temperatures right there. Silver, gold, tellurium. Now we quenched it in water, so there's going to be a few oxides or oxygens that are inside the metal. And that bubbling will quit after about 3 to 5 minutes now that it's reached nominal temperature. And as soon as that bubbling quits, that means that we got a stable metal. And then we could do a pour, and as long as we don't quench it and won't introduce oxygen to the metal, it's kind of weird how, like, when you have something that is very conductive, and you add a reducing agent to cool the temperature, it can conduct those eddy currents inside the metal and introduce oxygen inside the core of a metal that has no fissures, cracks, or areas of breach in the entire core zone. It's the weirdest thing that I've been seeing, but yeah, I think this is ready to go. Now let's do a pour on it. Let's do a damn pour on it. It's almost ready. Let's see, is there any more bubbles? Nope. Alright, let me get my glove on. We don't have much time because yeah, that's straight up, dude. Look at that shine on there. Oh shit, where is it? Oh god. Oh man, it was shining. That silver shine. I can't believe I had it all zoomed in for that. Sorry guys. And that shit right there, they're telling me that's 100% iron, guys. What the fuck are they talking about? I got a little bit of flux on the top right there. And that shit is not iron, bro. That shit is not iron. So, I'm gonna have to figure that out. There's a little testy edge right here. And go zap it with the XRF again. If they tell me that's iron, I'll put a magnet to it. I can heat it up like that 20 times and it does the same thing. And they're not telling me anything. They scan it, they're like, there's no tin, there's no tellurium, there's no silver, there's no gold, there's no manganese, there's no nothing. And they tell me that that shit is iron. I've been to like a whole bunch of places. I've been to the school universities. I've been to the professional Federal Reserve refineries. I've been to the even some of these like metallurgy places for testing grades for structural metals and stuff like that. And they all tell me that shit is 100% iron. There is no fucking way that iron is gonna fucking melt like that. I'll put a fucking rod iron in there. It'll take me 4 hours before that thing reduces like that. Because you can't reach that kind of a temperature inside this kiln. This is a 2800 degree kiln. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get the that full temperature just right off the bat. It's not going to happen. So, yep. Damn, that shit is just amazing. Alright, I'm going to let you go. The video's over. Peace. Love y'all. We're going to get this.